Hey everyone, welcome to part 11 of my tutorial on AvP mapping. In this tutorial I'm going to go over creating water and a death pit. Now we can't create water of the same effect that occur in Derelict and Colony. We're actually going to try and do that in a later video. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a type of fake water that we used in Deck 16 and some other maps. So what we're going to do is we are going to create some polygons, and I don't think I've ever shown that before, so let me do that for you here. We're going to select nodes of a square, and then go here to miscellaneous, poly edit, create poly. And I'm just toggling between wireframe mode and regular textured mode pretty freely. Take this miscellaneous split object as placed object, save the changes, and give it a name like water effect. And that will be the start of our water. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're going to be just outright removing these things that were in the pit. They were helpful before, they served us well for some tutorial examples, but don't worry, they will make a comeback. So we're going to remove all these particle effects. We're going to make this now a water pit instead of a fire pit. Okay, so these are Z-fine because they're on top of each other. Going to toggle on collisions over here and elevate it over here, so we're going to be able to see the underside of it. And just a very simple texture here of water or slime. And then a couple of things. We're going to add translucency so you can see through it, and also add no BFC so you can see the underside of it as well. Okay, now that we have that, we are going to turn it into an object that we can pass through. There are a few of these, the most useful of which is turning it into a key, pass 1. Or any of the passes, really. AvP doesn't really have the function key passes. We're going to go over how to do a security pass in a future video. What we need to do now is we need to extend the bounds of this. So we are going to create another poly on top of this, do the same thing. We're going to select it, split it off, but this time, it doesn't matter what the name is, we are going to move it off to the side. I'm going to select it by name, and we're going to move it like this. Okay, so I moved it that way to here. So now they're side by side. In regular mode, we are going to select them both by holding Shift, and then we are going to merge objects. And now I'm just going to copy the same texturing from that. Now, from here, we're going to once again extend the polygon. Now we can select both of these because they're merged together. Select. We're going to split it off. Exit. The same name is fine. No. We're going to again select it by name. This is the untextured polygon. And now this, well, let me copy the texturing here. Once again, we're going to be selecting this and this together and merging. Now this object is quite a bit bigger. It just needs to be slightly bigger still. One more time. And a shortcut for this is Control IPC. Control for the toolbar, I for miscellaneous, P for polygon, and C for create. Control IPD is the shortcut for... Oops. Control IPD is the shortcut for deleting. And once again, we're going to snap to vertex. This is the final thing we have to do. Save. We're going to texture this over here. And finally, we're going to connect this up. So now, this object is quite a bit bigger. And the reason why we had to do that is because if you only had this polygon, you would pick it up if you passed through it. However, you only pick it up through the radius. Now the radius is extended to over here. So when you pass through it, you're just going to go underneath it. You're not going to pick it up. Now, if we go to object mode, we're going to see that this object now, unfortunately, is not in any module, because previously it was just in this module. But now, since the radius is over here, the game doesn't count it as being in a module. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend down this bottom module. And once again, we are going to create a polygon out of the corners here. IPC. Selection by polygon. Miscellaneous split as placed object. We're going to move it backward. Okay, so it's not flying yet. You know what? Let me go up here so I can see it better. Okay, now we're going to fly it out this way. And it doesn't have to be textured, but let's just, for the sake of being able to see it, we'll fly it out like that. Okay. Almost done. Now we just need to connect these two. I'm going to change this object type to a module. Select this, select that. Wait, I thought I changed it to a module. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to merge these objects. And now this module is a lot bigger. It's not just over here. This is all you're going to see, but really this module is this whole length and width. So now to make sure that we've done this correctly, let's go launch it in-game. Okay, now it's showing up like that because we didn't give it the no light flag. So quickly, only this one needs no light. Okay, so now we pass through it and we are underneath the water. Now we got to give it an animated texture. And we're going to be animating it in a bit of a different way than the previous animations. So this is the third way, I would say, that you animate a texture. So we're going to select it. We're going to create an animation. Add a frame. And we're going to go hit Tab. We're going to do this. Just change it so that this doesn't have to be a very clean animation because we don't need to smoothly have it scroll through anything. We're just going to have different variations on the original type. Okay, and then we do this. Let's go here, but flip it Y. Okay. Add tab here and flip it Y. Add tab here and go Y. And last one, this could be the last frame of the animation. Go here and then Y. Okay, now we're going to make it go very, very quickly. Change the properties. Let's do 8 per second and loop. Now let's watch. That's still too slow. Let's double that. Sequence. 16 per second. Maybe let's do... This is getting nitpicky. Let's try 12 per second. There, that looks pretty good. How about that? And again, we don't need to animate the rest of it because the rest of it is not going to be noticeable. Okay, so we are done here. Now, what we're going to do next is we are going to make this a death pit. So what we do is we're going to go to strategy mode. And again, this is just an alternative way of doing it. Normally I'd do object placement mode and then press tab, but this is the other way to do it. And we are going to create a death volume. So a death volume needs to be done by hitting right click, create virtual object here, and let's just call it death volume. All right, and it's going to be a V that no one's going to notice. Volume of death starts active, only harmful on collision. That is if you want it to happen if you hit like the floor or something. And damage, you can set it so that's instant death, or you can set it so that it is only a hurt floor. We're going to set it so collision's not required, but what we are going to do is we are going to change the area of this. So what I did was I selected V for change the trigger volume. I clicked this module, and I'm going to press S so that it sets it to the bounds of this. Now once you've done this, you can move this up or down with the plus or minus keys, and you just follow the instructions over here. Shift, left click selects the surface over here. We're going to set it so that if you hit the water, right, this is, wow, that's right on there. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to hit enter. We're done. And starts active, of course, means like all the other ones that say start active. When you start the map up, is it going to be operational? So now let's go see how this looks. We may have to die a few times. Okay, here's our animated water, and let's see if we die. Okay, great. Now let me look up here so we can kind of see it from below. You can see a little bit of it. But yes, it does in fact work. Okay, let me wait for the blood to go. Okay, so you can see underneath here. You can see we're underneath the water, and you can see it from below. All right, so that is how you create a death pit with a volume of death strategy from a virtual object, and this is how you create water that cannot be picked up. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.